Hello, everyone. Welcome to another prenatal nutrition class sponsored by Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies. Today, the topic is what our body needs. And we're going to talk about a tool that I love to teach to families with kids, especially, which is called the Traffic Light Eating Guide. And we're going to go over food substitutions, like if you're a burger lover and ice cream and things like that. So we're going to have a conversation and a game about how to substitute better and make it better at home. My name is Chef Dulce Jimenez. I am a wellness chef and certified health coach focused on pregnant moms and families and also seniors that want to transform their health to live in optimal health. And I have been working with Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies for the past 3 or 4 years, I don't remember, in different programs. And this is one of my dear and near to my heart, because we are learning tools that are going to support you not only while you're pregnant, but after, and it's going to support you and your kids. How to talk to your kids about healthy eating in a way that they will understand and they will connect with it. Because I know every time I say that I'm a wellness chef and that I cook healthy foods, it's like bland or boring, and that's not the case, believe me. So without further ado, we're going to start the class of today, and I'm going to have you make some reflection. So what does or would poor health hinder you from doing? If you are journaling, this is a very good question for journaling. I recommend all the moms to have a journal. It's beautiful that after you bring your baby to this world, you can go back and read all the things that we're going through, that you were going through, and the baby, and for share with your kids. Also to keep track of how you're doing and how you're feeling. So it is a cool thing to have. So anyways, if you want to share what you have written, you can put it in the chat, and I can go over and share it. Or one second. So after you have done your reflection, this is for you. I want to share what I call the 4 pillars of health and what it means to have healthy foundations for yourself and for your kids. And the 4 pillars of health are how we live our life, which is lifestyle, how we move and how we move our body through exercise or movement, energy, the attitude, how we think, how do we react to challenges, to changes, and our connection with mind, and nutrition, the fuel that you put in your body, how we eat, the energy that you get through the food, because food is fuel and you get that energy for your life, for living. Without energy, we can't perform. We cannot even be here if you don't have energy, and you get that energy through the food that you're eating. So when we are not conscious of those pillars of health, when you ignore, how you move your body, how you nourish your body through food, your thoughts, your connection with mind and body, and how are you living your life, the choices that you're making, those are called what I call poor lean choices. And those leads to all these diseases, such as diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, allergies, gastrointestinal diseases, inflammatory diseases, which have a lot of them. So just to put things into perspective, there are about 200 countries in the world, and the United States is #1 in diabetes cost, even compared with war-devastated countries. So that is huge. I mean, that diabetes is an epidemic. And only 2% of the agriculture income comes from fruits and vegetables. And there are cities in the US that are not getting them. So there's a big deficit and despair, right? So that's why it's so important to start now that you're pregnant and to be conscious of the choices that you take and that you make. So our body needs special care. Our body is an amazing machine. It's like a car. It needs fuel to run at its best. And we all have different needs. But this is especially true when you are pregnant. And for your growing babies in your body and for children that are growing. It's especially important to be conscious of the fuel that you put in your body now. Because whatever is not good for you is not good for the baby. So let's revise the 6 basic nutrients. I bring this up in mostly all my classes. This is a reminder. Pregnant or not, the body needs 6 basic nutrients. Carbohydrates, which is a macronutrient and give you a lot of energy. Fat. Fat is a nutrient, actually is a macronutrient. Our cells, we need fat, good fat, not just food that are fried in fat, but good fat that comes from fruits and nuts and, lean proteins, plants. They all have fat as well, the good one, the monosaturated fat. Also protein, which is a macronutrient. Macronutrient means that those are the ones that we need the most, the larger amount. And we need vitamins, minerals, especially calcium and iron when you're pregnant, and water. Water is a nutrient. And if you don't drink water, you cannot survive. So if you don't like to drink water, find a way to like it. Ask me, search on the internet. I have even recipes how to make your own sodas at home. But water is key to a healthy body. And these are the main fuel that help you think, play, and live, and have a healthy pregnancy. When you combine those nutrients on a daily basis. Okay, so your body receives the fuel from the food you eat, and not all food will help you have the best pregnancy experience. Food is not just food, it's nourishment. So very different that you grab a bowl of popcorn or marshmallows or grab a bowl of oats and blueberries, or you can eat 7 pounds of watermelon and you will get no calories whatsoever, but you get a lot of nutrients, a lot of water, a lot of things that you need that are in those basic nutrients that you need to survive. And so you get to know what are the foods that you need to eat to have this beautiful, radiant pregnancy experience. So it is about getting the right foods in the right amount so you obtain all the nutrients for your body to stay healthy through pregnancy and beyond, and for the development of your baby. It's not about eating a lot. And we see that in the class that is called Eating for Two. It's not about increasing the amount of food that you're eating now. It's about being conscious that you're picking the right foods in the right amounts. Okay. I love this. That moment when all your friends are dieting and exercising and you're like, baby wants a cupcake. And that's okay. We're not talking here about having a diet or starting a diet. That is not at all about this program is going to tell you. I'm never going to tell you that, because diet means what you're putting in your body, whatever you, and the diet that I believe in and the diet that I love is the real food diet. If you're going to eat a cupcake, try to choose the best cupcake and make it at home, and then you control the ingredients. But you don't have to not eat a cupcake when you need to and when you feel like the baby wants a cupcake. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about processed food versus real food. So, you know, the processed food has been chemically processed. Processed food is a product. They're made from refined ingredients and artificial substances. They are high in calories and low in nutrients. This is the type of food you don't need now, because increasing your weight significantly will be detrimental to your healthy pregnancy. You are going probably to gain between 20 to 30 pounds already just by being pregnant. We don't need to put more weight on top of that. Okay, so, and this is proven, guys. Adults who live on junk food are more likely to get sick and to become victims of diseases. Kids who are raised with junk foods are more likely to get sick and to become victims of diseases in adulthood, if not sooner. And you know my motto, best food is homemade. That's why my life purpose is to teach you how to cook better at home so you eat better consistently. And, you know, yes, it is as straightforward as that. The best food is made at home. And I love restaurants. And this week we have been going now to eat about 4 times this week, which is never seen in this house. That is a record. 4 times out, and my body is not happy. I'm going to tell you that. I experience pains and aches that I wasn't feeling in a while, and headaches. Every time I eat out, I get headaches. So you get to know your body and know what is good and what your body likes and dislikes. And now during the pregnancy, it's going to be the same. Maybe some things that you used to like, you're no longer like. There's many moms that tell me that they crave salads and they crave healthy foods, and they crave fruit and oranges and pineapple. Take advantage. That's your body telling you what it wants. Your body is very smart. And yes, once in a while you crave junk food, go for it. Minimal, very minimal amount, and sporadically. Try to also see what things is it that you're craving and try to get in better source. Okay, right? So now what? Difficult. So I'm going to give you a tool, because why should you be caring? Yeah? Why care about your diet now? And again, when I use the word diet, I'm not talking about diet to lose weight or dose crash diet. Diet means the food that you're intaking, whatever diet you are consuming. So it is important because pregnant women who eat healthier are more likely to feel better. That's what you want. You want to enjoy your pregnancy. This is a special moment, a special period in your life, and you want to enjoy it. You want to have higher energy levels to be able to carry the weight and all the things and all the appointments. Right? You have many appointments, many things to do. Some of you may be, fixing a room, buying stuff, moving before the baby is born, or working even harder because you're going to be out of work for a few weeks or a few months. So, you want to also avoid complications. You don't want to get sick when you're pregnant. I went through that and it's not fun. So, and definitely what we hear, and ultimately, we want to reduce the risk of gestational diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, because that will bring you effects after you're pregnant, after your pregnancy, and you can stay with those diseases. Sometimes they don't go away. So it's very important to care for yourself with love and compassion and no judgment, but do caring. Okay, so learn to recognize junk food. Unhealthy carbs, known as junk carbs, create erratic changes in blood sugar and are very easy to overeat because they're so yummy. Because again, they are a product and is a company that wants you to eat it and crave it for a profit. So you keep eating it. So when we talk about junk carbs, carbohydrates is the food group or the nutrient that is going to give you the most energy. And they get to be good foods, good carbs. So junk carbs are not combined with fiber and proteins, which will slow down the body's absorption of carbohydrates. If you, for example, a soda or a fruit juice is a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is not only grains and whole grains and rice and white potatoes like we think. All fruits, all vegetables, legumes, grains are carbohydrates. So if you drink your carbohydrates, they go straight to your bloodstream, your glucose, go straight, and there's less absorption of it. So junk carbs include sugar, and if it's a product, more than likely they will have corn syrup sweetened, particularly beverages and pastries and donuts and cupcakes that are packaged goods, maybe in a bakery. Maybe you if you're going to get a cupcake, if you cannot do it at home, you don't know how to do it at home, and you don't have time, get it to a good bakery. There are bakeries that are being more conscious about what products and foods they use. But if you buy a product from the supermarket, more than likely it will have corn syrup because it's less expensive and is something that is available very cheap for the companies to use and sweeten their foods. So stay away from packaged food that contains corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup, which we have discussed this. And learn to recognize junk carbs by reading food labels and simply by being aware of what is in your food. Cooking at home, most of your meals and making snacks and desserts at home will take a big load of worry and responsibilities and reading labels. And, last week we gave a class about healthy desserts. Make sure you go to YouTube and find it. So they're easy things that you can do to crave your sweet tooth. Okay, so any questions? Are you guys here? Remember to put it in the chat, any questions here, and I will answer it. So now we're gonna go to the traffic light eating. This is a guide that is gonna give you some support when you are eating out or when you're buying your groceries. And also it's a fun thing to teach your kids, because when the kids are growing, thank you, Tameka. Yes, cooking at home is definitely much healthier and much better for your health. When the kids are growing and you teach them this, it's going to be fun for them even when picking their foods. I'm going to, let's go over it. So, like a traffic light, right? The red light tells you to stop. You can't continue when you are in front of a red light. A yellow light says, well, slow down. You might be in dangerous here. You decide to stop or continue. And green light means that you can go. No stopping, no, worries. You can go and you're safe most of the time, right? In real life. When you drive in a car, you should check anyways. So the same thing. Traffic light eating is healthy eating made easy, because you will group the foods into green lights food, yellow light foods, and red light foods. So the green light foods are foods that are going to make you go. Okay? So that means that you can have as much as you want. So there are food, how do you identify them? Because there are foods that are grown, not manufactured. There are foods that are naturally colorful. They are foods that usually can be eaten raw. Foods that are low in calories and high in nutrients. And that includes all fruits and all vegetables. And you can eat as much as you want. Yes, there are people concerned about eating a lot of fruits. But if you're eating fruits, it's better than drinking their juices. Or if you're eating fruits as they are, not adding extra stuff, extra sweetener, is better than eating a cupcake, or better than eating cookies. So you are the judge of that. So again, green light foods are foods that are going to make you go in life, run, have energy, but also go because they have a lot of fiber. And we know that how important is good digestion and elimination when you're pregnant. So yes, of course, Tameka is saying that some fruits has a lot of sugars. So if you're diabetic, exactly, that's what I'm saying, that fruits are better than eating other junk food that are sweetened. And diabetics, when you have going through that condition, there's certain limitations. There's some fruit that you should not combine. There's some fruit that you should avoid, and that only eat them certain times of the day, or maybe only 2 to 3 times a week, right? So yes, but this is we're talking about here in general. Thank you, Tameka, for bringing it up. But in general, fruits are okay. And for kids as well. So yellow light foods are foods that is going to slow you down. And also, you get to slow down how you consume them. So these have a little bit more calories than green light foods. They usually have a little bit more fat or sugar than green light foods, but they are a necessary part of a healthy diet. This food will provide different vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients than the green life foods might not provide. And this yellow life is very important, yellow life food, because you totally need them, but you don't need them a lot of them. So we're talking about things like whole wheat pasta, brown rice, wild rice, whole wheat grain breads, nuts, yogurt, low-fat cheeses, cottage cheeses, and chicken, turkey. The preparation of the yellow life foods can cause them to become red. For example, you know, a low-fat cheese, if you put it in white bread and you put mayonnaise in it, and then you melted cheese sandwich and you put a lot of cheese and mayo and bread, then it becomes a red light food. You need to eat even less. Also, if you have a nice healthy piece of chicken and you bread it, you put flour and eggs and then you fry them in lard, then it becomes a red light food. So the important things to remember is that the yellow light foods are good for you, but you get to have them in moderation and as natural as they come. And because remember, too much of a good thing, still too much. So red light foods are more easier to identify. And those are the foods that are going to make you stop and think. And this is what I want you to think. Can I live without this? Can I find a better substitution? Can I just eat it very sporadically and not bring it home? So making a different choice or eating smaller portions sporadically. These are foods that are lower in nutrients and higher in calories. This includes all packaged goods, all packaged foods with artificial sweeteners, hydrogenated oils, or trans fat. Foods that are high in fat and high in sugar. This includes margarine, cookies and donuts and white bread and soda and ham and other fatty meats. Okay? So yes, the yellow light food we should eat in moderation. The green light food you can eat as much as you want, just with a caveat about fruits, right? If you're diabetic or if you are worried about your blood sugar going high, your glucose, then if you're pre-diabetic as well, you should, eat the fruit that has less amount of glucose or fructose in them. For example, apples, kiwis, watermelon, and a few others. Banana is one of the most sugary ones, mango, grapes, those are very high in fructose. So those are foods that you get to eat very, very little. Like if instead of having a whole banana, eat half a banana or a quarter banana and eat it during the days. So, and the red light foods are those ones that you should stop and not consume them. But if you're going to consume them, then really, really reduce the amount, reduce the consumption of it and not bring it at home. Okay, so now, any questions? Is this clear? Because I'm going to test you right now. I'm going to test your skills. So this is a speed test of everything we just have discussed. So based on what you have learned from the traffic light eating guide, you need to guess if the food shown is green, yellow, or red. And if it's red, you're going to give me a substitution, a better substitution. Okay, so let's get started. Remember, you're going to put it in the chat. Okay, so here, what traffic light eating color is this one? This is an apple that we have made it into a apple pie. It has caramel, it has that amazing crust with flour and butter and all the goodies and more sugar on top. So what traffic light eating color is this food? Red, Ocabel, Tameka, red, good. So what will be a healthy substitution, ladies, for this apple pie? Come on, come on. Don't you all write at the same time? Chia pudding, that would be great, yes. And also eating your whole apple. Maybe putting a little bit of cinnamon on top. So an apple pie is definitely a red light food, even if you're putting it in the apple. Once you add the extra sugars and a pastry to any fruit, it becomes a red light food. So how do you make it lean? Is you eat the whole fruits. Apples are excellent fruit for good health. You should eat an apple every day. Yes, every day. That is true. An apple a day will keep the doctor away. Wash it very well in a solution of water, vinegar, even salt, rub it, and buy organic as much as you can and eat it like that with the skin and the seeds and everything. Or have it in a green juice smoothie. You can also bake it with spices. You slice the apple thinly, you put some spices and maybe a little bit of coconut sugar, and then you can bake it like that actually. And you can eat it with a dollop of yogurt on top. And it's gonna give you that flavor of an apple pie. You can add I have an amazing apple pie shake, protein shake with apples and spices and a date, and it's delicious. Apples are fat-free, cholesterol-free, sodium-free. They support digestive and cardiovascular systems and protect against other illnesses. When fruits are eaten whole and in their natural state, they offer an array of health benefits because they contain fiber, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that they all help your body function better. We need all these things that the fruits and the plants give to us. We need them to survive and to live in optimal health, because we just don't want to survive, right? We want to live in a fully energetic and joyful body. So, what traffic light eating color is this? A big chunk of fatty red meat. Come on, ladies, put your answers there in the chat. Go ahead. Okay, so this is red light. Of course, it's a red light because a steak like this is considered too high in saturated fat. Is a way larger than a regular portion. So to make it lean, you should substitute with leaner grass-fed or lean cuts. Eat smaller portions. Enjoy it sporadically or only in special occasions. You can buy instead tenderloin roast or flank steak. Okay, a fried egg. So the fried egg is yellow. This is a fried egg that can be a red light food depending on how you cook it. So you make it lean when you cook it in a non-stick pan with water or maybe a little bit of olive oil, and or enjoy a minimum 2. You should not enjoy more than 3 to 4 eggs a week. And you can also substitute with the scrambled eggs, adding some vegetable to it, and or just the whites, and or hard-boiled eggs, which are great for snacking. Okay, gonna go a little bit faster. This is a salad. We love this salad. People who don't eat a lot of salad usually love this one. This one is a Caesar salad. So the Caesar salad, okay, Jocaber, you think it's green. Love your answer. Thank you so much. Okay, so a Caesar salad like this that has cheese and croutons and a thick, creamy dressing is unfortunately considered a red light food because of the bottled dressing and the croutons. Usually the dressings that you buy in the supermarket, they have added sugar. Some of them does contain trans fat and hydrogenated oils, and they have also corn syrup or other sweetener or colors, even artificial colors. So greens of all types are considered a green light food. You were right about that. The green in the salad are green light food. However, the way a salad is prepared can change if it is green, yellow, or red. Yes, it will be green if it was a homemade dressing. So how can you make it better? Add other greens. For example, a Caesar salad only has romaine. Romaine is crispy and juicy and crunchy, but it doesn't have, it has, nutrients, but it's not as much as kale, because kale is green. The deeper the color, the more nutrients you're eating. So instead of having your Caesar salad only with romaine, add some kale, right? Add some chards, add some spinach, and use, as Tameka recommend, a low-fat yogurt make dressing. So make your dressing at home with low-fat yogurt and garlic and spices. That's a great idea, Tameka. Thank you so much. You can add crunch with nuts instead of white bread toasted, because croutons are white bread toasted in the oven with oil. So you're adding more oils. So you can add crunch with nuts, and you can toast the nuts with a little bit of salt and pepper, even make it spicy with paprika if you like the spiciness. You toast them and you put it on top of your salad, and you're getting a nutrient. Make your own Caesar salad dressing. You can make it cleaner and lighter using yogurt, lemon juice, or a vegan version that some supermarket sells, maybe Whole Foods might have, but I haven't found any dressing that are clean, ladies. Honestly, I have been looking for a good version, and there's not very many in there. So the best ones is to make it at home. Dress simply with vinegar or balsamic vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, cold press, or apple cider vinegar. So when you make it at home, you control it. You can add, like it says here, kale, cabbage, and romaine. So you're adding 3 different greens. So you're bumping up that salad. That salad is going to be good for you. The poor Caesar salad only has fat and sugar and salt because it only has romaine, cheese, and croutons. That's really not a good salad. I know we love it with a piece of chicken on top. Okay, banana. This is easy, ladies. Bananas are green, right? Any fruit or vegetable in its raw form, as Mother Nature made them, is considered a green light food. And look at the difference. Instead of you eating a banana or eating a cookie, a banana or a cupcake, even though banana is higher in fructose, is an amazing, amazing food. It contains different vitamins B, vitamin C, manganese, potassium, fiber, protein, magnesium, and folate. So it has a lot of good things for you. So banana is great. So what is a walnut? Is a yellow, green, or a red? This is a little bit confusing. Okay, So walnuts are considered yellow life foods because although they're good for you, and we talk about the yellow life foods are good for you, they're easy to overconsume. Again, remember, too much of a good thing, still too much. Like all nuts, walnuts contain good unsaturated fats. So yes, they're good for you, but you need to eat them in moderation. They're also a good source of essential fatty acid omega-3, which you need plenty for when you're pregnant. It contains iron, selenium, calcium, and vitamin E, vitamin B, and so on. So yes, they're amazing, but you cannot be all day snacking on walnuts. It has to be in moderation. Okay, wild rice and brown rice. This is a good one because the brown and wild rice combination are a yellow life food because, they are in their natural whole form, and although it can be consumed daily, it should be eaten in a moderation and slowly, very small amounts, and preferably brown rice combined with other grains like quinoa or wild rice, because the brown rice, you should not be consuming a lot of it, neither none of the rices, right? Very high in starches. And also when you are pre-diabetic or going through diabetes, you get to manage your carbs very tightly, right? So the brown rice contains the bran and the germ, which means that it has more fiber and protein than white rice. So if you're going to pick a rice, better pick brown rice. And wild rice, although it's called rice, is a grass with edible grains that is chewy and tasty. Despite its name, it is not a rice. I just said that. But it's really delicious and has a lot of nutrients. Is a nutrient dense food. Okay, a very impressive source of minerals, antioxidant, and a plant-based protein as well. Okay, here is our white bread with butter or margarine. No, no, no. This is a red light food. White bread and margarine are red light food. So white bread is empty calories because it's stripped of nutrients. Margarine is hydrogenated oil, which clogs the arteries. The same way the margarine is hard when you put it in it, that goes straight to your arteries. That's the way your arteries are clogged. So how do you make it better? Use sprouted whole wheat or homemade whole wheat bread. Buy real 100% whole wheat bread or sprouted 100% grains. Buy real butter, preferably organic, and use very small amounts. I used to put just in the borders of my bread because every time I bite it, I just get that taste of butter, but the bread only have very little, just in the borders. And make your own whole bread at home. It only takes 4 ingredients. If you can invest in a bread maker, that is amazing. A bread maker and an ice cream maker will be fantastic. And that's something that you can do and have fun with your kids. So here we have a burrito. And this one looks like it's from Taco Bell. I don't think this is a homemade version. Okay, so definitely a burrito or a taco that is not homemade is a red light food, and that can be easily converted to a yellow light food when you substitute, your tortillas, you use ground turkey or chicken or tofu, and when you cook with minimal oils, you can control all the ingredients when you make it at home. Make it with 100% whole tortilla or a corn tortilla or a gluten-free. Now we have tortillas that are made with chickpeas or are made with almond flour. There's so many tortillas. I even found a tortilla that is made with vegetables, tortilla that is made with cauliflower or jicama, and it's only the vegetable. I found it in Trader Joe's. So there's so many choices now that we can make better meals at home than before, honestly. Add veggies and beans, such as cucumbers, jicama, shredded carrots, chayote, black beans, and avocado. Chayote is something that, I don't know, it's chayote or chayote, but it's a very a vegetables that is mainly water, and is very common in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. And you can, be creative with the toppings, use herbs. You can use light yogurt with lime juice, chili, and spices, and you can make an amazing burrito or a taco at home. This one has avocado and has a little bit of mango. I did it with chicken, and I put some red peppers for spiciness. So whatever you like, you are in control when you make them at home. The one that I show in the picture has white flour tortilla, which has no nutrients, has a greasy meat. It has fake cheese, a lot of sodium, sugar in the condiments. So it's a bomb, really. Okay, the burger. Who doesn't love a burger, right? I love burgers, but I usually make them at home. And I don't eat ground red beef, so I usually make it with turkey or with chicken. So definitely, yes, it is red, but it can be easily turned green as well, or not green, but yellow. So I know, sorry guys, right? This is definitely a red light food. It's obvious that a larger portion. It has white bread, greasy meat, fake cheeses, and lots of sodium and sugar in the condiments. So make it at home so you can control the ingredients. Use lean beef and grill it with no added oil. Eat it with 100% whole wheat bread or a lettuce bun. I love in the lettuce bun because they are crunchy and juicy. And when you make it with this amount of lettuce, your condiments will stay inside. And it's actually, I like it better than with bread. I feel it is more crunchier and more refreshing than with bread. But you definitely need to put all these layers. I like to use iceberg lettuce to make burgers. So add more vegetables and make your own condiments at home. Or read the ingredients and avoid condiments with hydrogenated oils and high fructose corn syrup. Also, instead of French fries, make your own sweet potato fries in the oven or an air fryer. Yes, thank you. Hokabel is saying that homemade without bread, only the meat, the lettuce, and the tomatoes. Yeah, but when you're making the lettuce as your bun, like substituting the bread for the lettuce, you get to make this pocket and put a lot of the lettuce around so you can eat it like a burger. It really feels like a burger. I hope you try it and let me know. Take a photo. Okay, we're almost done, ladies. We're almost done. Ice cream. Oh, ice cream is red light food. But it's a matter of ingredients in it. It's very easy to make a yellow light food by making your fruit ice cream or nice creams and sorbets at home. Frozen bananas are excellent for a quick homemade ice cream. Buy frozen yogurt, eat smaller portions. Don't bring it at home. Make it an occasional treat that you go home, you go out on the weekends and go and eat your preferred ice cream, but it's occasional. And again, read the ingredients and try to choose the better ones for you. Okay, and the cleanest option available. Okay, so again, as a reminder, this is the last slide. Avoid products that has high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup. Avoid the ones that contain hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils. Avoid any product that has trans fat more than 0 point, because still have 0.0005 when they said 0 point. By law, they don't have to put exactly how much trans fat it has. So avoid anything with artificial color and with a number sign. Avoid any artificial sugars. Now, ladies, remember when Sweet and Low started and Splenda and aspartame 20, 30 years ago? We didn't know. Now we know. It has carcinogenic substances, so you should not be putting that in your body now that you're pregnant. Avoid any product with a long list of ingredients. More than 10 is too many. And things that you don't know, that you don't understand, like, MSG, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, sodium caseinate. Avoid products that has those products and those things in it, because you don't know what it can affect you, how it can affect you and your health. Okay. And this is it for today. Thank you, ladies. You have been a wonderful audience, and I hope to see you in the next class. Please stay over. We're going to go for Q&A.